Looks like. Okay. So, welcome Monday to another episode of Soulful Ascension. Hello, beautiful souls. It is LindaJoy, and I am so excited to share this episode with you because the energy just continues to increase. We're all feeling that there is you can't ignore this energy. So let's dive in. In this recording today, I'll be talking about the 1212 portal. I'll be talking about the energies of December, what we can do, what's coming up to be dissolved and transformed and healed. And also what we can do to prepare for the whole month. But also, we've got, this week we've got the 1212 portal. Then next week we have the new moon, which at the same time on 19th of December, the three-eye atlas is going to be the closest to the earth. What that's bringing is massive energies, upgrades, shifts in consciousness. So if you've been feeling the intense energy and either receiving a lot of different visual dreams, downloads, insights, messages coming through, that's the energy. Maybe your sleep patterns are all out of whack right now. You're either sleeping a lot or you're hardly sleeping at all because it's the energies. We're all being upgraded. So, and this is what we are all feeling because this whole month of December is a reset point. We are at a crossroads. This is the end of so many cycles, not just the end of this year, which is a 9 year, but the end of a 9 year cycle, plus where the planets and astrology are. We're ending so many cycles. And so this is the end of the old world, and we are creating and stepping into the new world because the energy of 2026 is a completely new energy. It is a new frequency, it's a new vibration. And we are still in that cleanse and purging stage of cleaning out the old ways of being. These are those toxic patterns, it's the shadows, it's those deep wounds that we buried down. This is what we're still shedding because we're in the year of the snake, and that will change in February with the Chinese New Year. And so I invite you to really go deep. I know some of these wounds are really uncomfortable, but with the full moon from last week, it is still highlighting those areas, those deep, dark wounds that you can no longer ignore. And because if you ignore it and you keep pushing it down, that is what creates illness and disease. This is how I created my cancer from 35 years ago, and just push down all the emotional pain because back then I didn't have the tools to know how to heal it or what to do. And so this is why I'm on my journey to help others to release and let go of anything that you're pushing down. This is not just from this lifetime, it could be from many past lives. And especially if you are a light worker, a way shower, a star seed, a spiritual teacher, well, then in previous past lives, maybe you have had many lives where you've been killed, you've been burnt at the stake, you've been hung, you've been poisoned, you've been persecuted. And I can totally relate to this because I've had 117 lives where I was persecuted. And so what we're doing is we are really looking at all these deep, dark spiritual wounds from all those previous lives. That's what's coming up to be cleared, because this is a real deep cleansing. It feels like we're cleaning out the swamp, and anything that's in the swamp, the toxins, the weeds, the sludge, the mold, the grime, the what else grows in a swamp? I mean, it's quite toxic. It's like there's so much bacteria, and this is what we're cleaning out right now and transmuting. If you know Dr. Emoto's work with, our thoughts, we create from our thoughts a whole new reality. And this is where you can take a swamp, and by upgrading your conscious human operating system, upgrading your thoughts, letting go of all those old patterns and beliefs and programs and toxic behavior and habits and all the childhood trauma and all the childhood patterns and stories that you're still talking about. It's letting all that go, burning it. Last week we burnt, but you can transmute and transform this into love and peace and joy, and be completely neutral with whatever you signed up for, whatever agreements, whatever soul contracts that you came into to heal in this lifetime. This is what we are all feeling right now, and it's all coming up to be healed, to be dissolved, and looking at all those emotions attached to these stories, looking at the energy of what's around it, and clearing that, dissolving this. And this is such deep trauma clearing. This is where when you come out the other side, you are completely free. Your psychic abilities are being upgraded right now. You're really going through a massive upgrade. But if you're still clinging on to the old ways of being, this is the ego self. This is those still the old habits, behaviors, the thoughts, the stories. We've talked about this for many, many months now. If you're clinging on and you're attached to the old, this is what will be so uncomfortable for you. It is it's I talked about this last week. It's so smelly, it's so rotten, it's so uncomfortable and toxic that you have to do something about it. And this is a choice point. Maybe it is going and seeing a therapist, or going to a practitioner, or going to get a healing, or go to um, anyone that you resonate with that can help you to clear all these patterns and old trauma programs. This is the work that I do with my one-to-one clients. And so if that resonates with you, go to lindabenn.com, book us a one-off session. And then if you want to go much deeper, we can do the coaching. Okay, it's by application only, because it's like when I take on a new client, you have to be 100% committed to change and transformation and truly stepping into the new version of you. Uh, and if there are old ego patterns where you're just so attached to, this is where the sabotage patterns come up. And I was working with a client. He was so attached to his story and those ego parts and didn't want to let go. But when we finished, he finally could see the truth of who he was and who he was being. So that's a transformation that is possible for you, because 2026 is so magical. It is a mystical, higher vibration energy. It's a completely new energy. And we're stepping into the new. But going back to the swamp, with the new moon next week, if you're trying to plant new seeds into a toxic garden that is full of wastes and full of toxins and full of weeds, and you're trying to plant new seeds for your future in that garden, it's not going to grow. That's the truth. So this is why right now, carve out some time to really go inwards, to do your meditation, do your journaling, be out in nature, go to the beach if that's close by, swim in the ocean, or go hiking and be around nature. Listen to the trees, listen to the nature spirits and the animals, and feel the energy, because this will help you to release and let go. And that's what we're really just releasing. Allow yourself, surrender, allow yourself to just surrender and let go and release. Again, this is what we go much deeper into one of my courses online, and that is the return to light workshop, and that'll be happening in January, because what we're going to be doing is cleaning out. We're returning to our sovereignty, into returning to who we truly are as a soul, as a being, returning to our light. And so in January, I'll be doing a 5-day challenge, and every day I'll be live with you. So you get the course as part of that challenge, and then plus I will be with you each day in the Facebook group. So I'll put the link in the comments below if you'd like to join me. And guess what? It's only $7. $7. I mean, and then the price will go up to $97, where you can just get the course only. But if you'd like to join me for the 5-day challenge, that's available from the 19th to the 23rd or 24th of January. So I'll put the link in the comments. Like I said, what we are closing out right now is massive. This isn't just in our own personal individual lives. We're closing out so much of the old toxic systems that in our society that is no longer working for us. And what we're truly, and you got to be honest with yourself, to do this deeper work, you have to actually take responsibility for those deep dark wounds, for your emotions that are coming up, for all those ego reactions of the triggers, or trying to be right, or trying to cling on to your identity, or I'm thinking of this spiritual teacher from last week, and again I saw her patterns. But everyone's got to actually look at their own patterns and take responsibility for dissolving these and actually transmuting it into who you choose to be. When you can look at and really heal, this is deep work. This is where you ask a whole bunch of questions of your inner self, your soul. This is where, and ask the pattern. Again, I go much deeper in the courses where we go much deeper, but this is the inner work that we all have the opportunity to do right now as we are stepping into the new. So look at those old patterns, old systems, family dynamics. Um, I again, we're closing out this whole 9-year cycle, and I've been back in Australia 9 years, and I'm closing that out because I had to come back to heal parts of myself related to my family. And so now that's all coming to an end. So I know there's massive changes for me next year. So watch this space. I'll keep you posted. But look at the crossroad in your life and what the transformation for you, where do you choose to go right now? I've got a new moon goal manifestation workshop on January the 18th, and that will be online. And in that course, we actually go deep into all your goals and intentions, but also you have the pieces to create your own vision board. Okay. And because every time you let go, that's a gift you're giving yourself. Okay, I'm going to choose a card from Archangel Michael. He spoke to me this morning and I went, okay, join me on this live today of what we're cleansing, clearing out, wrapping up. Remember, it's all about endings, completion, closure, just the shedding. I keep the shedding of the snake. Okay, this one jumped out. It's perfect message. God is in charge. So the prayer is, Dear God, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. So the letting go of attachments could be related to other people. And this is the forgiveness work that we are doing right now. The forgiveness work is really important because this is where you're forgiving yourself, but also forgiving the other. And that's what will set you free. This is where you're forgiving the other person and just sending them love and compassion. And it's not about whatever they did is okay, but it's setting you free so that you're not holding that energy in your energy field anymore. So the message is this card comes to you with the reassuring message that God is in charge, taking care of all the details. Give any worries to God and stop struggling against the flow. There's a natural course that is, and this situation is taking, and it's important to trust that things are going in the right direction because they are. Everything always works out for you. That God is in charge. The universe is in charge. The universe is guiding you every step of the way. So if you're struggling with something, ask for help. Ask your helpers in spirit. Ask your God team. Ask for those messages to come through. Ask for the insights, the downloads, because your prayers are being heard. Ask and you shall receive. And this is where the miracles will happen. This is where that God is in charge. It's about when you're overwhelmed, okay, and you've got all this list of things to do. It's like hand it over to God. And it's like, God, please help me with this situation, all these things. God is in charge, because maybe God and the universe has something better for you than you're trying to push and control. So this is about letting go of the control, letting go of the resistance, letting go of the holding on that it has to be this way. And we spoke about this with the full moon last week. So this is part of the surrender. Okay. When you completely surrender and let go and let God, that's when the insights, that's when the clarity, that's where you feel true freedom within. So that's a perfect card message for us all as we're going through and dissolving these old ways, to step into the new light self, the free self. Okay, I've got the sacred light oracle here. These messages are always really profound. And let's choose a card from this deck, because every message is profound. I'm just going to just one card, Sphere of Light. So this is the card. It is the sphere of light, healing hands, empathic qualities, and animal wisdom. Which again, and this is looks like a Chinese, medicine woman in this picture, but it could be any of our ancient elders, whether it's Aboriginals, whether it's the American Indians, whether it's the elders from China. It's like, but we've got all the animals in this card as well. And this is where, when you really listen to all our animals around us, like, I don't know if you can hear the birds outside my door right now, but they're all like squawking. So all our animals are all our nature spirits that are bringing profound messages to us. This is why when I said go out in nature and sit in stillness and journal and just sit and meditate and just feel the energy of the earth, that's where the messages will come through. That's where the ancient wisdom will come through, and you're feeling into this and you're stepping into this energy. Okay, because this will help you through this process of the shedding and the letting go. The affirmation, I'll give it to you first, is I clear and activate my healing hands to assist my soul in healing myself and others. So you can write that down. And remember, we all have healing hands. We all have energy flowing through us. And this is how you can heal your body, but also just connecting to your breath and putting your hand on your heart and feeling your heart center and breathing in and out of your heart. This is, again, will help you to self-regulate, to really regulate your nervous system, because with the intense energies, this is where grounding is so important. You need to keep grounding and be fully present and in your body and feel feel what's coming up. Do not go numbing out or grabbing your addiction, or especially, when triggers come up. Actually feel the emotion, feel and stop and listen to the messages. Okay, so this is the wisdom that's flowing through, and these psychic abilities and your um connection to source, it's just being amplified right now. It is just being increased tenfold, and it will continue to increase. This is what the 3-eye atlas is actually helping us, bringing new energy, bringing these new energies to humanity, so that we have those psychic downloads and see things from a different perspective and different outlook. Okay, this is the message from the book, is not to be confused with angel or spiritual orbs. The sphere of light is pure light consciousness. It is translucent, bright, shimmering light that can grow to any size with conscious thought and psychic energy. The intelligence is designed to grow and adapt through conscious thought and wisdom and action. Secondary spheres of light, also known as psychic energy balls, can be created through the hand chakras, because in our hands, in the middle of our palms, I mean, that's one of the main chakras. We have them on the bottom of our feet as well. And these are all energy centers. Sorry, I'll go back to the reading. So this is where you can utilize the healing energy and or manifesting, assisting you through a specific struggle or obstacle. They can be directed to anyone and anything with different intents. Ascended Master, White Buffalo Calf Woman, asks you to focus on the commitment and conversation. Be empathetically mindful of the energy you are sending out into the universe, as difficult people can trigger your emotions. Activate your healing hands when challenged empathetically to help yourself and others. Respecting the earth and all of its people requires conscious observation with positive thought, positive action for change. White Buffalo Calf Woman wishes for you to understand your personal connection to the earth and preserve all living animals. She asks you to be consistent with your actions and extend your light to all living creatures, to learn more about their divine connection and importance to spirit through the ages. So her message is respect the way of our animal teachers, listen to their messages. And we have many, whether it's an ant, whether it's a bug, whether it's a bird, we have so many different animals and nature spirits all around us, and they're all giving us messages. So listen. And for you to listen and receive the insights and the clarity, you have to drop into your heart and be quiet. Dissolve all the chitter chatter in your head and just keep dropping in. And this is where the breath work helps you to drop into your body and feel. I cover this in more details in all my courses on my website. They're still being added right now, so those links will be available very soon, and you can access those. So see what resonates with you. But this week, carve out a time every single day to just stop and go within. This is such a pivotal time in our journey, in our consciousness, in our human evolution, of our whole life. That this is where we're at, and we're closing out these old ways and upgrading our consciousness, ready to step into the new version. So let me know how you're going. If you're struggling with a certain area in your life, reach out, have a healing, have a clearing, whether it's a chakra rebalance, whether it's a reading, whether it's a healing, or whether you want to deep dive into really going down the rabbit hole into the one-to-one coaching. It's all on my website, lindabenn.com. And I'm here to support you, hold your hand, and let me know how you're going. Pop your questions in the comments, and I do read them. So let me know how I can be of service to you. Sending much love, many blessings. I'll see you next Monday. We'll go much deeper into the new moon. Bye for now.